Honorable members, we'll be led by prayers this morning with the leader of the official opposition, the Honorable Member for Marco City.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity to be here today. We ask you to cleanse us of all unrighteousness. We thank you, Father God, for our country, and we pray for leadership across this nation and for our population in general. We thank you now that your angels will go before us and cancel every plan of the enemy that is set for us. We now thank you for a wonderful day and a wonderful year ahead. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Everybody, the Our Father prayers, please.
Our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Hannah Martin, Alfred Sears, Dr. Michael Darville, Clay Smeeting, Keith Bell, Wayne Monroe, JoBeth Colby Davis, Ginger Moxie, Mario Bolag, Jomo Campbell, Basil McIntosh, Miles LaRoda, Pia Glover Rowe, Lisa Ramming, Zane Lightbourne, Dr. Hubert Minnis, Jamal Strawn, John Pinner, Marcus Rowe, Leon Lundy, Kirk Cornish, Wade Watson, Leonardo Lightbourne, Leslie Miller Bryce, Leroy Major, Sylvanus Petty, Michael Barnaby, Michael Pintard, James Quazy Thompson, Aram Lewis, Shannon Dawn Cartwright, Adrian Gibson, Adrian White, Kingsley Smith, Darren Pickstock.
good morning, honorable members. In the gallery today, I'd like to introduce the members of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated delegation. And I'd like to give you a brief history of the ladies as they visit us today. Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated is the first intercollegiate Greek letter organization established by African American women, founded at Howard University in 1908. With over 360,000 members worldwide, the sorority is dedicated to lifelong service, academic excellence, leadership development, and civic engagement. Its Bahamian chapter, Eta Psi Omega in Nassau, Phi Upsilon Omega in Freeport, and Tau Nu at the University of the Bahamas work collectively to empower communities, elevate women and youth, and advance social justice across the Commonwealth. Today, the sorority appears before this honorable House to present a commemorative anthology of speeches, the 2024 Mock Parliament e-booklet, produced under the theme Inspire, Inclusion, Driving New Change in Women's Health. This publication reflects months of research, analysis, and debate undertaken by young Bahamian women in a simulated parliamentary sitting to identify meaningful strategies to strengthen women's health throughout the nation. The anthology e-booklet contains key policy recommendations being respectfully submitted to the government of the Bahamas in support of advancing access, equity, and innovation in women's health. Hard copies of the e-booklet are being presented for inclusion in the parliamentary record, as well as to the Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister, the Minister of Health, and the Speaker of the House. QR code cards have been placed in each member seat to allow immediate digital access. And the women parliamentarians are wearing pink lapel pin gifted by the sorority in recognition of their leadership and in solidarity with the advancement of women's health. Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated looks forward to continued partnership and collaboration with the government of the Bahamas as we work together to support policies that improve the health and well-being of women across our nation. Welcome to the House of Assembly. Honorable members, we will now revert back to the order of business as we conduct the people's business. Introduction and swearing in of new members. Laying of documents by ministers. The chair recognizes the honorable member for Freetown.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I beg to lay on the table of the House a copy of the following: the Financial Transaction Reporting Amendment Act 2025, Appointed Day Notice 2025.
Thank you, honorable member. Order that the document be brought up. Order that the document do lie on the table. Clerks? For the first readings?
Yes, Madam Speaker, I beg leave to lay on the table of the House a copy of the following: the Proceeds of Crime Amendment Act 2025, Appointed Day Notice 2025.
Thank you, honorable member. Order that the document be brought up. Order that the document do lie on the table. Further laying?
No further laying of documents.
Thank you, honorable member. Statements and communication by ministers?
No statement of communications.
Thank you, honorable member. Communications by the clerk? Messages from the Governor General? Messages from the Senate? Motion for leave of absence, leave to resign seat, and new writs?
Madam Speaker, just checking that we're proceeding with the order of business that includes question time. Question time precedes communications by the clerk.
Honorable member for Freetown?
Well, Madam Speaker, as I had indicated to Sanans, Sunday was a Sunday of hope in our dead, and this hope will be rewarded this morning.
Thank you, honorable member.
Madam Speaker, we would wish to have the first reading of two bills. And
No. As soon as we arrive there, which will be in less than two spots, we'll get there. Presentation of petitions. Presentation of reports of committees. First reading, adoption of reports of committees. First reading of bills. The chair recognizes the honorable member for Freetown.
I beg leave, Madam Speaker, to have read for the first time a copy of the following: a bill of an act to establish the Climate Change and Environmental Agency Unit to give effect in part to the Paris Agreement, including interagency coordination on climate matters, particularly climate finance, climate adaptation, loss and damage, carbon markets, action for climate empowerment, the advancement of climate policies, reports and plans, and for connected purposes.
Thank you, honorable member. Is there a seconder? Thank you, honorable members. Order that the document be brought up. It has been moved and seconded that the following bill be read for the first time. A bill for an act to establish the Climate Change and Environmental Advisory Unit to give effect in part to the Paris Agreement, including interagency coordination on climate matters, particularly climate finance, climate adaptation, loss and damage, carbon markets, action for climate empowerment, the advancement of climate policies, reports and plans, and for connected purposes. As many are in favor will remain seated. Those opposed will stand. Order that the bill be read for the first time and tabled.
A bill for an act to establish the Climate Change and Environmental Advisory Unit to give effect in part to the Paris Agreement, including inter-agency coordination and climate matters, particularly climate finance, climate adaptation, loss and damage, carbon markets, action for climate empowerment, the advancement of climate policies, resorts and plans, and for connected purposes.
Thank you. For the first reading?
Madam Speaker, I beg leave to introduce and have read for the first time a copy of the following, a bill for an act to amend the Climate Change and Carbon Market Initiative Act.
Thank you, honorable members. Is there a seconder? Thank you, honorable members. Order and document be part of. Thank you. It has been moved and seconded that the following bill be read for the first time. A bill for an act to amend the Climate Change and Carbon Market Initiative Act. As many are in favor will remain seated. Those opposed will stand. The motion is carried. Order that the bill be read for the first time and tabled.
A bill for an act to amend the Climate Change and Carbon Market Initiative Act.
For the first reading?
No further first reading.
Thank you, honorable member. Second reading, Committee of Bills?
No second reading.
Committee of the Whole House. Third reading and passing bills.
No third reading.
Consideration of Senate amendments. Resolutions. Member statements. No? Well.
This afternoon, Madam Speaker, so I didn't want to become the subject of further voice recordings. Well, I don't want to be portrayed as the Grinch, Madam Speaker, or the Nutcracker.
Madam Speaker,
The honorable.
I can helpfully indicate that I'm prepared to answer the two questions that are in the order paper for me, one on page 6 and the other on page 24. Huh? One by you. Just making sure. Oh. That's fine. Okay. Yeah.
The Forbes, you find it? I didn't bring my book.
Minister, before the minister rises to respond.
I totally appreciate that, and that is why I indicated I'm prepared to answer. If they're not prepared to ask, that's fine as well.
I asked him just, I don't want to be, I'm just reminding the House of the proper procedure.
Honorable members, we will now revert back to the order of business as relative to page 36, where we are under letter H, which is question time. The clock be set for 30 minutes, and I will now call on the official opposition to begin. The chair recognizes the honourable member for St. Barnabas.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Good morning. As I pose my question, Madam Speaker, I do want to recognize the presence of the ladies from Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, my sisters, as a member of the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Will the Honourable Minister advise this Honourable House of both the year and mileage of the 10 Dodge Chargers, an ambulance donated by the city of Miramar, Florida?
Which question are you answering? Asking honourable member. Which question?
36. Apologies.
Which page is that? 15?
23. 23.
Look to the bottom.
23.
22?
23.
23?
Yeah, 23.
Thank you, honourable member.
23. Apologies, Madam Speaker. 23. Yeah, all right. Just 23. Number 80. Question. Yeah. Number 80.
Number 80. Okay.
Madam Speaker, I would advise that the donation, the gift inquired about is actually the second contribution by the city of Miramar, who are led by their mayor, my namesake, Mr. Wayne Messam, who was a great Florida State Seminole as a football player in college football, and for a short time played professional football. The city of Miramar has determined that it will conduct an outreach not only to the Bahamas, but to other islands in the CARICOM region, from which the inhabitants of Miramar are drawn. Persons, Madam Speaker, may be unfamiliar with facts like the fact that Bahamians signed the charter that created the city of Miami, and that we have had a long and enduring friendship with our neighbors to the north, the United States of America, and more particularly the state of Florida, and more particularly South Florida. I expressed gratitude when I attended to receive the first 4 vehicles. I did attend to receive these, the member for South and Central Andros, who from time to time acts in my stead when I am on official duties, attended to receive the donation of these vehicles. He tried, Madam Speaker, to assert that entitled Andros, and in particular Central and South Andros, for some special allotment. I believe he was accompanied by, and by belief, I mean, I know he was accompanied by the member for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, who also sought to say that in acting in my stead, that entitled West Grand Bahama and Bimini to some special allotment. Madam Speaker, as I said, Sunday past was the Sunday of hope in Advent, and their hope should continue to spring eternal. Because I'm quite certain, Madam Speaker, on a very serious note, that the Royal Bahamas Police Force will, in fact, deploy the vehicles where they are best needed. I would give two drastic examples, Madam Speaker, and it is why Andros can make the claim that they did. When I came to the chair, Madam Speaker, there was no official police vehicle after 2 months in Central and Saudi Lutra, after the only police vehicle was destroyed in a traffic accident that seriously injured 2 officers. In Andros, I was confronted by a tale by persons I know well in South Andros complaining that when they called the police station, the police said they would love to come assist if the citizen could come and pick them up because they didn't have a functioning vehicle. That was the circumstance that we met, Madam Speaker. To confront it, we invested in 100 patrol vehicles right out of the gate for the Royal Bahamas Police Force. We accepted 4 vehicles from the city of Miramar, Madam Speaker, and we then accepted these 10 Dodge Chargers and a freight line rescue vehicle, which isn't strictly an ambulance. For the history of it, Madam Speaker, the city of Miramar, as other U.S. cities do, cycle vehicles out of their fleet while they still have life. And so, Madam Speaker, I will now go down the list of the vehicles with their year of production and, Madam Speaker, with the mileage that each had. I should say, Madam Speaker, that the Royal Bahamas Police Force garage, the lead of the garage at the Royal Bahamas Police Force, traveled to inspect the vehicles to ensure, Madam Speaker, that what we were being given was serviceable and usable. And so, Madam Speaker, the first vehicle, the ID number is FD053. The VIN number is 1F3GFBC3XH36657. The year of manufacture is 1999. The make is Freightliner. The model is Rescue. The mileage is 169,435 miles. The second vehicle, and that is the rescue vehicle. Now comes the Dodge Chargers, Madam Speaker. The first is ID number PD146, number 2C3CDX8T7CH154065, year of manufacture 2012. The make, that's the VIN number. The make, Dodge, and all of these will be model Charger, 121,503 miles. The next is PD781 ID number, VIN number C3CDX8T8FH847327, year of manufacture 2015, make Dodge, model Charger, the mileage 85,058 miles. The next vehicle is ID number PD790, the VIN number 2CDX8T1GH192753, the year of manufacture 2016, make Dodge, model Charger, the mileage 103,624 miles. The next, Madam Speaker, ID number PD794, the VIN number 2C3CDX8T 7GH192756. The year of manufacture 2016. The model, the manufacturer Dodge model Charger. The mileage is 89,321 miles. The next vehicle is PD 795, VIN number 2C3CD X80 9GH192757, year of manufacture 2016, maker Dodge, model Charger, the mileage 98,316. The next, Madam Speaker, is PD 803, the VIN number 2C3CDX86GH192747, year of manufacture 2016, maker Dodge, model Charger, mileage 90,124 miles. The next is PD 834, VIN number 2C3CDX86HH547708, year of manufacture 2017, make Dodge, model Charger. The mileage is 61,476 miles. The next vehicle is PD 836, the VIN number 2C3CDX80 8HA5476662, the year of manufacture 2017, the make Dodge, model Charger, the mileage 68,882 miles. The next is PD 832, VIN number 2C3CD X80 3HH547665, year of manufacture 2017, maker Dodge, model Charger, mileage 68,578 miles. The last vehicle is PD 840, VIN number 2C3CDX80 8HH547659, year of manufacture 2017, make Dodge, model Charger, mileage 111,186 miles. As I said, Madam Speaker, the Freightliner rescue is not an ambulance. The public can identify these are the white Chargers painted all white that one now sees on the streets of New Providence from time to time. We have found, Madam Speaker, that is not sufficient, and we continue to acquire more vehicles for the Royal Bahamas Police Force. The Royal Bahamas Police Force accepts the transmission of vehicles. The condition, of course, Madam Speaker, is there is no quid pro quo, and the owner cannot direct where the vehicle is to be deployed, although the donor may express a preference. And for instance, Madam Speaker, as we have people listening, the Commissioner of Police indicates, for instance, Madam Speaker, that if somebody wishes to donate a vehicle to be used in, let's say, Harbor Island, because the police uses golf cart types vehicles in Harbor Island, if you were to donate one of those, there are very few places they would be assigned, one of them being Harbor Island. You would likely get your wish and desire. And so, Madam Speaker, I've given the make, model, VIN number, and mileage of the vehicles. There is no ambulance. There is, there is no ambulance. There is a rescue vehicle included. And Wayne Messam is not my family particularly.
Honorable member, we would need you to table the document or table the response for the records of the House.
I can undertake to do that, Madam Speaker. I can send it to the clerk, Madam Speaker, and if he prints simply the page that has the answer, that would answer that issue.
Okay, thank you, honorable member. The chair recognizes the honorable member for Marcos City.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I'd like to join, Madam Speaker, in greeting the members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and to say how grateful we are to all of you for the work that you have done over so many years in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and to recognize, Madam Speaker, the outstanding ladies who participated in providing speeches, Madam Speaker, Ramona Wells, Alana Major, Samantha Anderson, Angelique McKay, Rashima Ingram, C.C. LaFleur, Rhonda M. Wright, Gaynell Roll, Radisha Strawn, Dr. Indira Dames Adderley, Dr. Tia, Dr. A. Andra Gardner, Tanisha Tynes, Cambridge, Kelly Ashley Armstrong, Tanyan Bo, Marshall Bain, Tira Hannah Sweeting, Teasel Lightburn, Zoe Gibson Boleg, Kim Johnson, and all of the others that supported the work that they did on that day, and many others. So thank you all very much once again. Madam Speaker, I'd like to pose the first question. I saw the member for Cat Island in the precincts. Will the Honorable Prime Minister advise this Honorable House? And Madam Speaker, this question is from 2023. There are a number of them that have not yet been answered. Number 5, will the Honorable Prime Minister advise this Honorable House of the terms of engagement for the consulting firm McKinsey and Company? What procurement process was used to engage this firm? How many bids were received? And what is the value of the contract? And how much has been spent to date, Madam Speaker? The second question for the Honorable Prime Minister: will the Honorable Prime Minister advise the House, the Honorable House, of how his administration intends to deal with the irregular construction on Crown grants in Central Abaco? Question number 7. Will the Honorable Prime Minister advise, in fact, Madam Speaker, more important that given the 15 minutes used by the Minister for National Security, let me go to question number 13. Will the Honorable Minister, that is Minister Honorable Alfred Sayers, provide this Honorable House with the number of applications for citizenship that have been approved since the Privy Council's ruling? 2, how many of which were of Caribbean origin? Third question, number 14, the next question, number 14, Honorable Minister, provide this Honorable House with the breakdown of persons who were granted citizenship since September 2021. The Honorable Minister Clay Sweeting, question number 16.
Sign and table which one is
Will the Honorable Minister advise this Honorable House on the steps the government has taken to stop the ongoing construction of illegal structures? Number 16. And part 2 of that question, will the Honorable Minister advise this House why government officials, law enforcement, and land inspectors aren't in place to further prevent construction of illegal structures? This is a question from the 30th of October, 2023.
The chair recognizes the honorable member for Central and South Elizabeth.
Prepared to answer that next question, Sydney.
Question number 19 from October 30th, 2023. The Honorable Alfred Sayers. Will the Honorable Minister advise this Honorable House on the government's strategy for addressing the backlog of applications for work permits, visas, permanent residencies, and citizenship? Question number 20. Will the Honorable Minister advise this Honorable House on the government's intention to engage the population in a discussion of the pathway to citizenship and conduct a forensic audit of the government agencies involved in migration and immigration matters? Question number 21. Will the Honorable Minister provide this Honorable House with information on the process to audit current work permit holders and scrutinize the visa granting process? Madam Speaker, before I continue with the questions, I just wish to pause in case another minister has been designated to answer those questions.
No member has risen, so I'm predicting that, or presuming that.
So
Nobody is answering.
Are there any ministers who are going to answer the previous questions that were raised of Honorable Alfred Sayers? No.
Madam Speaker, there is no minister of state who is in a position to answer. I am not in a position to answer.
Thank you, Honourable Member.
Madam Speaker, continuing with question number 2, will the Honourable Prime Minister and Minister of Finance confirm for this Honourable House whether the government of the Bahamas finalized a foreign loan transaction totaling $500 million during the month of January 2024 that was supported by a policy-based loan guarantee mechanism from the Inter-American Development Bank? Will the Honourable Prime Minister provide this Honourable House with a reasonable explanation as to why the government has withheld the terms and conditions of this loan facility, the documented approved use of these proceeds, and the policy conditions agreed by the government with the IDB in support of this transaction? Will the Honourable Prime Minister provide this Honourable House with the full terms and conditions of this loan facility, inclusive of the interest rates, fees, and charges? Will the Honourable Prime Minister provide the House with the full details of the approved uses of the proceeds and the restrictions on the use of the proceeds as agreed with the lenders, the IDB, and any other stakeholders? Will the Honourable Prime Minister provide the full listing of all policy commitments made by the government to secure the IDB participation in this transaction? Will the Honourable Prime Minister confirm for this Honourable House that the proceeds of this $500 million transaction cannot be used for debt refinancing or to roll over debts as stated by the Financial Secretary to the press in January 18 of 2024? Will the Honourable Prime Minister indicate to this Honourable House whether any of the proceeds of this $500 million transaction was used to cover any debt refinancing or debt rollover? This question, Madam Speaker, is from the 7th of February 2024. The question on this subject continues. Will the Honourable Prime Minister indicate to this Honourable House whether any of the proceeds of his $500 million transaction was used to repay any overdraft or line credit facilities that themselves were used to roll over or finance any public debt obligations? If the answer is yes, will the Honourable Prime Minister indicate if the use of the loan proceeds to settle short-term debt obligations in this way is consistent with the approved use of the proceeds and is not a violation of the IDB loan covenants and kinds of policy-based guaranteed facilities? Will the Honourable Prime Minister indicate to this Honourable House why the Governor of the Central Bank of the Bahamas on January 29, 2024, stated that in January 2024, the government undertook significant U.S. financing operations, i.e. borrowing, which was used to pay off bank overdrafts and to help roll over significant U.S. debts. While, on the other hand, the Financial Secretary has insisted that the only significant U.S. dollar financing operation by the government during the same month, January, was not used to roll over any U.S. debts. Will the Honorable Prime Minister and Minister of Finance explain why the nation's two top public sector officials in the area of public finance would openly contradict each other? Will the Honorable Prime Minister indicate the current intended sources of external finances to cover the government's documented $872.6 million of external debt rollover for the current fiscal year, if, as the Financial Secretary has insisted, the $500 million allocation cannot be used for debt rollover and refinancing? And finally, on this question, Madam Speaker, with less than 6 months left in the fiscal year, would the Honorable Prime Minister indicate to this Honorable House which loan facilities and financing arrangements will be used to cover the nearly $1 billion with a B, dollars in external financing requirements before the end of 2024? Madam Speaker, I now move to question number 65. Will the Honorable Prime Minister provide this Honorable House with a detailed explanation of the $100 million loan provided to BPL, including the terms of the loan, interest charge, and its contribution to the fuel surcharge experienced by BPL customers? Will the Honorable Prime Minister advise this Honorable House whether the loan provided to BPL must be accounted for within the approved budgetary appropriations authorized by Parliament as required by the Public Debt Management Act as well as the Constitution? If so, how does the government plan to rectify the situation and ensure proper accounting of the loan? Madam Speaker, question number 71. 71, and then I would yield to my colleague from St. Anne's. Will the Honorable Prime Minister advise this Honorable House of the cost of the BMW 2024 7 Series vehicle, which was acquired by the Ministry of Finance? Will the Honorable Prime Minister advise the Honorable House of the justification for purchasing a new vehicle for himself as Prime Minister, given that he has a relatively new vehicle already?
Madam Speaker, is there any minister prepared to answer those additional questions?
The Chair recognizes the
I would
honourable member for
observe
Freetown.
that a number of the questions would have been answered by documents subsequently released. I haven't had the time to go through them, as those issues were not my issues. But since a lot of them referred to by the end of year 2024, year 2024 ended, as far as I was aware, the 30th of June. And since then, the central bank has put out reports, a number of government agencies put out reports. We've had the budget, and we went through the budget exercise, line by line, head by head. But if they think the questions are still extant, then they will have to await the member for Cat Island, Rumpke, and San Salvador. The other observation, Madam Speaker, is questions cannot assume facts. And a lot of them assume not only facts, but contain assertions of what the law is, which is impermissible. It's not my question, so I wouldn't object on that basis. But when the question does next arise, I don't know what the position of the member who the question is directed to will be. But they're not framed as proper questions like the one directed to me, which asks for actual details. So I'm not in a position to answer. There isn't a Minister of State with that particular portfolio here to answer, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Member.
The members in no position to advise the opposition how we frame questions. And if documents are released in the general public from any government agency, that's not the point. The ministers who have been appointed, it's their responsibility, as per the rules, to come to Parliament and to answer questions that are put to them by the people of the Bahamas by way of members of the opposition. And they've consistently, Madam Speaker, since 2023, failed to do so.
The chair recognizes the honourable member for Freetown.
Madam Speaker, I do apologize if it appeared that I was giving advice, because gratuitous advice is seldom well received or appreciated. That's what I was taught by my grandparents. So I try not to give unsolicited advice. I was just stating the fact, Madam Speaker, and I was stating the fact that I'm not in a position. It was an observation about how the question is framed. The member for Cat Island, Rumpke, and San Salvador might not take issue with it. So when we come back again, they can proceed in a manner that they think. And I must apologize if I gave the impression that I was offering any opinion. And since I'm on my feet, Madam Speaker, I can now table the document.
Thank you, honourable member. Order that the document be brought up. Order the document to lie on the table. That now completes question time. The chair recognizes the honourable member for Tall Pines.
Madam Speaker, with your leave, I'd like to join you as well as the leading opposition from Marcos City in congratulating Ms. Ferguson, the president of this distinguished organization, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, in the excellent work that you're doing in health, particularly women's health throughout the country. While the questions were being asked, I had an opportunity to look through the document and to see the extensive contributions that you are making to women's health throughout the country. And I would just like to congratulate some of the excellent contributions that I've seen, particularly with universal health care, NHI, reducing the prevalence of chronic non-communicable diseases in the country, and the list goes on and on. I would like, at my earliest convenience, where we can meet together and we can discuss many issues affecting health, particularly women's health, and to outline our national health strategy for the year 2026 to 2030, which clearly articulates where the Ministry of Health is driving healthcare services in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas over the next 5 years. So on behalf of all of us from our ministry, we want to congratulate you for the contributions you're making to women's health and the overall health and wellness in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I thank you.
The chair recognizes the honourable member for Engliston.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I also want to give recognition and to congratulate the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I believe they met this morning with the women parliamentarians. I missed that meeting, unfortunately. So I want to take this opportunity to give them my highest regards and my fullest support. In addition to the work they do in health, they do incredible work in education, including scholarships of promising young girls throughout the the country, throughout the islands and New Providence, Grand Bahama. And I was at the last award ceremony, and we saw some really incredibly bright girls and young ladies who have been awarded and rewarded and recognized for their work. And we're in deeper dialogue with this sorority about stronger alliances in education. But I want to congratulate them for taking to the Parliament and for making sound, substantive presentations, no politics, which is unusual, and I think in yours to the qualitative strength of the presentations. And so, again, I congratulate you. I want to encourage all of you to continue to do the work. And in fact, many of the members are in fact on the team in the Ministry of Education and doing incredible, groundbreaking stuff. And so I congratulate all of you. And I see one of them is the newest senator. Could you give us a little wave there, please? This happens to be a young lady who I almost watched grow up. She almost, because she was she was a tweenie, and but I know her roots very well. In fact, when I was Minister of Transport, she worked in a consultancy, the Ministry of Transport and Aviation. But she is someone who has come up through the ranks of the Progressive Liberal Party. As a young person, probably couldn't vote. And then in the Young Liberals, she's the first woman to chair the Young Liberals, and has contributed across the board in our political pursuits. And yesterday was awarded her instruments of senatorship, I don't know what you call it. So we welcome her because we believe that she is someone who has, for such a young person, has done so much already, not just in the political realm, in this sorority and elsewhere. And before I take my seat, I cannot do so without remembering her grandmother, Daphne Lang, who was a good friend of mine and who was a stalwart counselor, who she recognized yesterday at the Government House ceremony. But I want to congratulate all of you for the work that you're doing and to encourage you to keep going. You are making a mark. You're making a difference. You're setting a standard. You are targeted, clear on the agenda, and you are executing. And the nation sees that. So I thank you and encourage you to keep going. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Beautifully said. The chair recognizes the Honorable Member for Golden Gates.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to join our colleagues this morning in recognizing the ladies of, I want to get this right now, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, especially Eta Psi Omega, Pi Upsilon Omega, and two new chapters. All right, I got the nod. That means thank you for, first of all, championing women's health issues, championing women in leadership, and of course, modeling the behavior from mentorship through your scholarship programs, through your mentorship, through all that you do across the archipelago as a KA. We are appreciative, and as we met in our courtesy call this morning, we noted our desire for continued alliance and support. Of course, thank you for the inspiration that we know will come through this anthology of commemorative speeches from your mock parliament. But most of all, we want to congratulate you on the work. You are all women in the professional realm, and you are all busy, but you find the time to not only provide advocacy, but to give back in many ways across our nation, and for that we want to thank you. We have also extended congratulations, like the member for Angliston has said, to your soror, the Honorable Senator Deasante Small, and we look for more of you to join the call to women in leadership, in political leadership, because we want to, of course, have this parliament mirror our society and mirror our population, which is predominantly women. We want to congratulate you again, Senator Small. You have definitely paid your dues. Your reward is here. You've been patient. You've worked. You've worked not to be seen, but you've worked for the cause, the progressive liberal cause, and we are grateful to have you join the caucus. You are a testament to what women do, uplift other women. So Anglison spoke about your grandmother, Miss Arabella, and we know that she has uplifted you on her shoulders. We've seen you, not only through PYL, but as you move through the country, whether it's with your sorority, in your business, in your personal life, uplift other women. Thank you to the ladies of AKA for always gracing us with your presence annually. We wish you well on your continued successes.
Thank you, honorable members. The chair recognizes the honorable member for St. Anne's.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much. I am honored to be here at the end of the year in the House of Assembly, and I'd like to join the chorus in congratulating and giving proper recognition to the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, as well as the recent appointment of the newest senator, whose last name I'm not overly familiar with, but I know that the member for Freetown will remember one of our former justices. I think his name was Hugh Small. I don't know if that's any relation to you, but congratulations on the work that you've put in, the way that you've remained focused in your life to be constructive and giving back to your community. So it's a pleasure. We hope to see you all here again next year, and I'm sure you will bring newly appointed F&M senator next year when you come. But I know yeah. So, Madam Speaker, this is the last sitting of the House before the Christmas break, and I'd like to extend Christmas greetings to all of my constituents, near or far, whether it's from, excuse me? I have to pause. I'm being interrupted, Madam Speaker. We're going to have member statements later. Mr. Clerk, we're going to honor 30 minutes of member statements in today's agenda.
Honorable member, we actually won a member statement, but the honorable member asked if he could go back to member statement. We actually had appointment of select committees on the agenda. I was moving along, and so I reverted back, so after allowing the
So
members.
I just interrupted St. Anne's because I don't think that the statement by Tall Pines, Angliston, or Golden Gates were in the form of their member statement.
No, it wasn't in the form of the member statements.
And to assuage some of St. Anne's fears, I'll be entreating for a little bit more than 30 minutes, since we're at that time of the year when most of us would want to send greetings to our constituents.
Yes.
So that we would
I have
have
no
all
issues
have
with
ample
that.
time.
No issues with that, honorable member.
Thank you, Madam
Because I know
Speaker.
all members would like to indulge. You may proceed.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. So, this being the last sitting of the House before the Christmas holidays, I'd like to extend my sincere Christmas greetings and best wishes for all members of the St. Anne's constituency. I've been doing my part attending some of the community churches recently, and I intend to make a donation to the churches' outreach of all the churches that I've not yet attended. Last Sunday, I was at St. Anne's with Reverend Father Hugh Bartlett and members of the association, and this Sunday, I'll be at another community church. But what's important for all the kids is that St. Anne's is having its annual Christmas giveaway. We will be hosting it this December 20th, Saturday, from 11:30 to 1 a.m. at the constituency office. And because not all of the community children get to the constituency office on a particular day or within a particular time, as usual, we'll be having Santa's sleigh go through the Step Street community, as well as the Johnson Road and other neighboring communities. We have gifts for the kids. We have, yes, ma'am, Santa's sleigh. Madam Speaker, we will have food parcels for the parents, just with some pantry items to try to hold over through the Christmas holiday. And there will be a few turkeys and hams, as has been the tradition in St. Anne's, for certain members of the community. As I close, Madam Speaker, no matter what they say of me, Madam Speaker, I will continue to beat my drum for our good Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He is the reason of the season, and in His name I press on. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Freetown getting a turkey?
Before Camperdown Drive.
The chair recognizes the Honourable Member for St. Barnabas.
Madam Speaker. Likewise, Madam Speaker, I wish to offer season's greetings to the great people of St. Barnabas, Coconut Grove, Big Pond, Black Village, Rock Crusher, and the Oaksfield community, and the wider Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Pray that everyone stays safe during the holidays, and pray that everybody gets to Bay to watch my Valley boys perform well and win. There's only one Valley boys, Madam Speaker, right? Yeah. So also, Madam Speaker, only because we have been pressed on this side by the residents in Abaco, who are dealing with a major electricity issue and crisis in Abaco. I know that the member for Central South Abaco put out a statement, but we implore the government and the minister responsible, as the people of Abaco who have reached out to the leader of the opposition in this entire caucus about what they're experiencing in Abaco, and recalling upon the government to please provide some very urgent remedy, because this is the Christmas time, beyond the fundamental fact that people are having to deal with major outages in Abaco. But I wish everybody, Madam Speaker, including yourself, a wonderful Christmas. Pray that God just continues to keep everybody safe so He can see us into 2026, when the Free National Movement will become the government of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and the member of Marcos City will be Prime Minister of this country. But we wish you well, and God bless. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Now, this ain't campaign statement, this member statement, okay? All right. The chair recognizes the Honourable Member for Central and South Abaco.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. At this time, if you would permit me, I'd like to read my statement on the floor on the power issue, and then have a small thing to say afterwards. But the BPL Wilson City Power Plant has experienced multiple issues affecting power generation. As a result, current power distribution is being supported by the Northern Plant, which has led to implementation of load shedding across the island. We are working tirelessly to bring the Wilson City plant back online as quickly as possible. New parts have been ordered, and temporary replacements are being sourced and transported to Abaco to help stabilize service in the interim. I can assure you that I am in direct contact with the chairman of BPL, and as well as the manager for the Northern BPL services, and I will continue to assist in any way possible. Your frustrations regarding the ongoing power situation have not gone unheard. As an Abaconian, I am experiencing the same challenges and fully understand the impact of the issues is having in our communities. It is also important to note that I am extremely thankful to all BPL workers in Abaco for their tireless efforts in maintaining service and addressing both current and previous power generation issues under very challenging circumstances. I remain committed to doing all that I can to ensure this matter is resolved and to expedite the long-term power generation plan that has been tabled in this House for Abaco and the Keys, so that this long-standing issue can be properly addressed. Madam Speaker, in real time, I would like to say, because it is not just words, that I continually to assist, and we did find a compressor large enough that is being transported to the Wilson City plant as we speak to try to get one of those generation units online. Secondly, Madam Speaker, I would like to implore my good minister from Elizabeth to expedite our great power generation plan that has been tabled by the PLP government, by this Davis administration, to fix something that has been an issue for decades, many decades, in which the side opposite has been represented. And thirdly, I would say in terms of Christmas spirit, I would like to implore the BPL executives to consider a extensive monetary credit on their bill, considering the enormous amount of outages and problems that we have had in this upcoming to the Christmas time. That said, Abaco, I always serve, I will serve, and I will be of service for my life, for my fellow Abaconians. On another note, I would like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, or a Happy Christmas for some of those, and to remind the children of Central and South Abaco that this Saturday at the BAIC Park is where you need to be, and if you're in Moores Island, this Saturday evening in Moores Island is where you need to be to have a piece of that holiday cheer. That said, as always, God bless my fellow Abaconians, and God bless the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Thank you, Honourable Member. The Chair recognizes the Honourable Member for Pinewood.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would too like to join the chorus of congratulating AKA. I don't have the notes like Golden Gate, so I'll just, I'll go, I will adopt what she said. And also to DeSanti, congratulations to you. Having been one of those who came up in the party, I have an appreciation for the work that you've put in, and I know your Grammy, my mommy, good cousin, would be very, very proud of you. Madam Speaker, I rise to extend Christmas greetings to the members of this place, our side and opposite, but also to my Pinewood constituents. We have our Pinewood extravaganza will be on the 20th of December at the Isaiah Taylor Park from 2 to 4 p.m. Bring the kids, young in heart and senior in heart. We always have a good time. And our turkey giveaway will start on this Saturday. It'll probably take a while for us to move through the community, in particular for the senior citizens of the constituency. I wish everybody health and a prosperous 2026, and to St. Barnabas, may this side run our winning streak to 4 in a row.
Thank you, Honourable Member. The Chair recognizes the Honourable Member for North Abaco.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I too would like to lend my voice and recognize the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and say congratulations to Ms. Smalls as well. I would also like to add to my colleague's statement that when I exited Parliament, it was the minister, the member for Elizabeth, who called. And she assured me that the reason she is not present in this House right now is because she is addressing the Abaco concerns as it pertains to power outages. So I just want to say hats off and thank you to her. She may be in here, but she is out there dealing with it. I want to assure the residents of Abaco that matter is being looked at. I also want to thank the staff at BPL for their continued tireless effort in keeping those power on. I too worked at Water and Sewage, and I know what it is to work a miracle with the outdated, abused, neglected many years of equipment and tools that needs to be replaced. I wish there was a position or a time when we could just wave a magic wand and all of those things would have disappeared. But the reality is we work a miracle every day in those corporations and on those jobs, and I want to say hats off to those persons. I also want to take this opportunity to extend condolences to quite a number of family and persons in North Abaco. The Cooper family, we would have lost a patriarch, Bishop Archelaus Cooper. He was a pastor for many years at the Church of God. He was a father to me. I grew up in his house with his grandson, Wade Pratt. I just want to extend my condolences to his family. We all would have been aware of the teacher, Ms. Williams, that that we lost in a horrible car accident a few weeks ago. That's the Williams family on the loss of Miss Williams and Terrence, the nephew. I'm very, very close and familiar with the parent of Mr. Terrence, with the family of Miss Williams. I want to extend my condolences to them. We would have this week had a funeral for Mr. Lawrence Cooper in Grand Key. I want to extend condolences to his wife, his children, to the entire family, his siblings and all. We also lost Mr. Ozzie Parker in Treasure Key. I want to extend condolences to his family, his children, their families of Manx, Cornishes, and Bells from Foxtown. Also, I've attended Ms. Winsome Ferguson funeral on the weekend. She was a tall figure and a pioneer in tourism. I just want to extend condolences to her family again on behalf of myself and my family as we continue to lose so many persons in Abaco on the whole. But we are a strong, resilient island, and we will persevere. So thank you, Madam Speaker, and just want to say to North Abaco, be encouraged. I won't be giving out the ham and turkeys this year, but you can rest assured I will be bringing you your gift certificate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honourable Member. The Chair recognizes the Honourable Member for Long Island.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much. Let me also join with my colleagues in recognizing AKA Day, and to all of the ladies in the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. I acknowledge you and welcome today. Madam Speaker, we are in that season of the year that all of us look forward to, certainly my favorite season of the year. And so I want to say to my people in Long Island, Madam Speaker, that on the 20th of this month, we'll be having our annual Winter Wonderland. It's going to be exciting. Starts at 4 p.m. Bus transportation is going to be provided from Gordon's, beginning at 2:30, and from Seymour's, beginning at 3. Obviously, Santa's going to be there. We're going to have lots of music, DJing, live music. We're going to have lots of gifts, games, raffle, lots and lots of fun, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I also want to note that over the course of the next week, we're going to have a number of other events and giveaways and donations on the island. So sometime next week, we'll begin, but in the coming days, we'll make further announcements on social media. Madam Speaker, the same applies to the elderly. So to my precious pearls, the elderly of Long Island, we'll be coming by, dropping off packages to you over the next week, 2 weeks, and so forth. Madam Speaker, I also want to speak on 2 issues that my people have asked me to address before giving my Christmas greetings. Firstly, BTC. We only have 2 technicians on the entire island. Joanne Duncombe, and Archulus Lewis. I taught Archulus, actually. And thus far, Long Islanders are still suffering from issues experienced by Hurricane Melissa. I call upon BTC to send down a team of technicians to assist these 2 hard-working but worn-out members of the team. I spoke to the Alive CEO, John Gomez, and within days of the hurricane, he dispatched a team down there, and Alive was up and running in no time. So I encourage BTC to do likewise, and to give the persons, including myself, give people credit for the lack of service, whether it's home service, internet, lack of internet, etc., for the times that they've been out. There are many persons, many business houses, for example, who continue to suffer because of poor BTC service and the lack of repairs since the hurricane. I also want to raise another issue, BPL, Long Island. I was told that they would have a new generator by November. They've been having some generation issues, weekly power outages. I am not aware whether or not a new generator has been installed. In fact, I don't believe it has been, but I was told it would be in November. So I'm calling on BPL, and I'm going to have a conversation with my homegirl, Tony Seymour, the CEO, sometime today. And I'm hoping that BPL would move to resolve these issues so that we don't have these constant weekly outages that affect schools, homes, and businesses. Madam Speaker, as I close, I want to firstly say to the people of Long Island and the wider Bahamas, I wish you a Merry Christmas, a blessed Christmas with your family, and a bright, prosperous New Year, and I hope that you live to see many, many more. Madam Speaker, and lastly, I want to say that I look forward to our sheep runners, John Canoe, down in Long Island, and Go Valley Boys, the original one.
Thank you, Honourable Member. The Chair recognizes the Honourable Member for Garden Hills.
Madam Speaker, thanks for this opportunity. I too stand and will sing in the same voices of my colleagues and give the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated young ladies kudos for their hard work, dedication, and commitment to our society. Madam Speaker, I just want to remind the residents of Garden Hills that come this 20th of December, we'll be having our kids' Christmas Carnival party for the adults and kids and special giveaways. I also want to remind the residents of Garden Hills that we will be continuing our turkey and ham giveaway. We were in polling division 11, 12, 1, 8. We'll be in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 7 by Friday. We'll continue those giveaways.
Thank you, Honourable Member.
We will continue those giveaways this afternoon. And with that being said, Madam Speaker, I want to wish every resident of Garden Hills a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year's, and they'll be seeing me in the next 72 hours delivering their gifts to them. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Member. The Chair recognizes the Honourable Member for Tall Pines.
Not all at one, you get one or the other.
Prosperous New Year, and to remind the residents that on Saturday, December the 20th, between 3 and 5, we also will be having our Christmas party, and we invite everyone to come out. There'll be a lot of gifts and prizes for the children, a great, exciting time. And following that, we would start our giveaway in the community, and we invite residents to listen carefully for the various different polling divisions where their gift will be dropped off as well. I'd also like to join in congratulating Senator Small on her recent receiving of her instruments. I know her very well. She is a very dedicated, hard-working member of the Public Hospitals Authority and is making a positive contribution to the development of that organization. Hopefully, I'll see her very shortly, to shake her hand and to give her a hug for the Governor General visit at the Princess Margaret Hospital, which will be an exciting time. And lastly, to the residents of Tall Pines, I want to thank you for your support over the last year, and look forward to working closely with you in 2026. And wishing everyone in the Commonwealth and the Bahamas, including all of us here in this honorable place, a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
Thank you, Honourable Member. The Chair recognizes the Chair recognizes the Honourable Member for Central and South Eleuthera.
Thank you. You want some road paving? You want some road pave?
They better, because we have extra covering.
I like that, Madam Speaker. I'm glad they know now. But I would like to join the chorus for Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority and congratulate you for all the work that you do. I've actually been honored to be a part of contributing to some of the initiatives, and not only with Alpha women, but with young people, not just in New Providence, but throughout the Family Islands. So I want to thank you for ensuring that islands that sometimes don't get remembered, you ensure that they played a role in some of your initiatives. I would also like to congratulate Senator Small de Asante on her appointment. I messaged her yesterday. I couldn't be there for when she received her instruments, but it's exciting for me being a young member of Parliament who also came up through the Senate. I see great things for you in your future. You are one of the most poised young females that we have seen in recent times, and I am sure that you will soon be sitting where we now sit. So I want to congratulate you, congratulate your husband, because being a lady or female in politics isn't easy, and you need that support of your family. So I thank him for being a part and what you all do together through your business, and you are quite a team that can replicate through young married couples throughout the country. Madam Speaker, I would also like to offer condolences to a constituent, Clarence Stubbs from Governor's Harbor, who is about my age, passed away last week, and unfortunately, he was supposed to get married in April, and I was supposed to stand at the wedding. So he, just passed away, so that's a unfortunate circumstance. I just wanted to give my sympathies to his baby and to his fiancée, he will be buried in 2 weeks. So I just want to make sure I said that this morning. I also like to say that we've already started most of our Christmas events in Central and South Luther. We visited all the schools, 3,000 children. We got a lot of babies, a lot of children in Central and South. We ensure that all of them were able to get Christmas gifts. And because this year I'll be turning 40 in 2 weeks, we did more this year in Central and South for the Christmas festivities. We have repaired a lot of homes. So instead of getting gifts for turning 40, we would rather provide assistance to those who need throughout the constituency. So we're excited to celebrate with them throughout the next few weeks. So on behalf of myself and my family, we wish the people of Central and South Luther a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you, Honourable Member. The Chair recognizes the Honourable Member for Nassau Village.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would most certainly like to lend my voice to the chorus congratulating the beautiful ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha. And I would like to congratulate them on a very vibrant discussion on Monday night that was titled Apathy to Action, which was geared toward inspiring first-time voters and persons who may feel disconnected from the voting process toward becoming active and becoming involved in that particular action. I would like to also congratulate the newest member of our caucus, DeSanti Smalls. As you ascend, and as you have ascended, congratulations once again. We've spoken numerous occasions. She's told me whenever I ascend a stage to bring my fire extinguisher for anyone who may need it. So I thank you for that. And I would like to start my member statement off by season's greetings to my beloved constituents. We have officially finished 95% of the resurfacing and repaving in the Linden Pinland Estates area and Mangrove Street area. So I could think of no bigger Christmas gift. Of course, that's my friend, I could think of no, right? So as they traverse their new smooth roads and the most flooding plain of the constituent that tends to erode quicker than most, I say Merry Christmas to them and season's greetings. I would also like to extend season's greetings to Winters Lane and Winters Close, who would have also received their speed bumps installation and also the striping. Because, Madam Speaker, as you traverse during these holiday seasons, sometimes we tend to speed, and it's important that safety remains at the forefront of all of our minds. So those speed bump installation and marking will undoubtedly be a great and welcome sight to see. Madam Speaker, we have completed our tree trimming as well across Catherine Street, another southern part of the constituency. And I just wanted to give all of these infrastructural gifts to my constituents so that as they go through the season and through the holidays, they're happy, they're happy and they feel safe in their environment. Madam Speaker, we have also started our small turkey, ham, and chicken distribution as well. Small, very humble, very humble. And as we move forward through polling divisions 11, 8, and we go on to polling division 1 and 10, so I tell my constituents, don't worry, we're coming to you. All right, I have a very, very good constituency. We will continue to push the agenda, and in the event we do exhaust those distributions of ham and turkey, I invite all of my constituents to also join us for our Christmas extravaganza on Nassau Village Park from 1 to 3. You see, Madam Speaker, I only give the best to my constituents, and I ensure that they have a surplus, not what they need, but a surplus, because that is their member of parliament. So on behalf of Molly, on behalf of TM Strawn, season's greetings, Nassau Village. Let's stay together 2026.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Being a grandson, he came in last, you know. Let him yield. The chair recognizes the Honorable Member for Baines and Grandson. Go ahead.
Thank you,
Bring
Madam.
one more. I give you the covering. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I wanted to yield to the good member from Yamacraw because he's also been very generous to me, similar to in Nassau Village and his relationship with the Ministry of Works, the Minister of Works. But I want to say thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak at these member statements. I want to say Merry Christmas to the good people of Baines and Grantstown, and I wish them a progressive New Year. Progressive New Year in 2026. Madam Speaker, this evening at 5 p.m., we'll be hosting the Jingle Bells Flip and Fry, Mix and Mingle at the constituency office, and it's flip and fry, Madam Speaker, which is pancakes and wings. So I'm asking all my constituents, if you're free, to please come out and enjoy our flip and fry, mix and mingle this afternoon right there at the headquarters. In addition to that, Madam Speaker, on the 21st of December, we'll be celebrating our Baines and Grandstand Flannelly Christmas Children's Extravaganza from 2:30 to 5 p.m. at the South Street Courts parking lot. And we're asking our children, especially the children, to please come out and participate. I'm expecting to provide at least a toy for every child in the Baines and Grandstand constituency who may not receive a toy this Christmas season. This is my favorite time of the year, Madam Speaker, and I'm hoping that I can bring a cheer to as many people, especially the children in the Baines and Grandstand constituency. But before I take my seat, Madam Speaker, I also want to acknowledge the AKA in the gallery today, and I want to extend congratulations to Ms. Small on receiving her instrument of appointment. I look forward to the work that she will continue to facilitate this administration in providing the service we need to the Bahamian people. With that being said, thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The chair recognizes the Honorable Member for Yamacraw. I have to mind my business.
Madam Speaker, thank you. You're so kind. Madam Speaker, I'd like to join in the voices that have already spoken. My colleagues who have recognized this beautiful pink in the gallery today, the ladies of the AKA, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and congratulating them on, I heard the session on Monday night on voter apathy was very informative, and I congratulate them on all of their initiatives they continue to do for this beautiful country, and they deserve every recognition that is given here today. Madam Speaker, I also would like to lend my voice to congratulating Senator Small, who is the newest senator on the block. the newest politician in the House, and we welcome her. We know that her reputation in her professional capacity precedes her, and she will certainly do well in that capacity. Madam Speaker, I want to say to the people of Yamakroa, happy holidays, season's greetings, and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Whatever you're celebrating in this season, we pray that it'll be safe and it'll be exciting, and also that your new beginnings that you anticipate will be one of prosper in the new year. Madam Speaker, this year we have a few initiatives that continue to be held in Yamakroa. We're having a Christmas tree lighting on Saturday, and I'm inviting yourself, Madam Speaker, and all of the colleagues here in the room to come out. It's an all-white affair. You're not forced to wear all white, but it's a night under the theme Rhythms and Lights, a Bahamian Experience. And we'll have music, food, and drinks. And Junction to Rush Out live performances by the Singing Bishop, Bloody, Shine Bahamas, and a jam session band, Melody, and a few guest DJs. We would also like to advise members of Yamakroa that we will be coming around to do door-to-door giveaways next week once the House is on break. I will personally do as many doors as I can, but we will allow captains to take care of their constituencies. And we certainly would like for the initiatives for persons in Yamakroa to see the initiatives that are going on. Even during the Christmas break, we had an excellent youth backyard farming initiative and training. And it's an 8-week process. So they will have certification at the end of the process, but it opened on Saturday past. And we also did a STEM program for the young people at Thelma Gibson School. So we're looking forward to many good things continually coming from Yamakroa. We're doing a basketball court paving this week in our only basketball court in Yamakroa. And we got some spanking brand new rims system that's going to go up. I want to give shouts out to the Honorable Member for Mount Moriah, who would have assisted in this point of the journey. We would have previously had the court paved, and I'm just looking forward to the striping to be added to it. But on behalf of the good people of Yamakroa, I would like to say to the entire country, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and may God continue to bless this beautiful country. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Member. The Chair recognizes the Honourable Member for Golden Gates.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to, of course, remind my Golden Gates babies, all of the children of Golden Gates, of our annual Tis the Season Christmas Fair that is slated for this Saturday, the 13th of December on Golden Gate Strait Park. Begins at 2 p.m. And we will conclude that event with our turkey distribution to all the residents of Golden Gates at that event at 5 p.m. And as usual, we will deliver door-to-door turkeys to the senior citizens, the sick and shut-ins of the Golden Gates community. We will also be hosting our annual Christmas door-to-door gift giveaway and caroling. That will be in the days after our Christmas fair and leading up to Christmas. That will be myself, our captains, and our Golden Gates Youth Council who will join us specifically to do the caroling. Madam Speaker, I want to advise residents of Golden Gates that, as usual, we will have our holiday office closure from December 15th, reopening on January 15th. I want to thank the team of the Golden Gates Constituency Office, Ms. Teresa, Rosanna, Eddie, Jermaine, and Ms. Nadia, who celebrates her birthday today, Nadia Storr. This year, we have served over 30,000 meals in our feeding program through the constituency office, so my team needs a much-needed rest during the holiday period. But as usual, we will be accessible via the constituency WhatsApp line at 819-4PIA. That's 819-4742. I want to extend condolences to our family at the Ministry of Labor and Public Service. We've had 2 deaths, 2 losses in the past 2 weeks. Extend condolences to the Ministry of Labor and Public Service family, and of course the family of our now late colleagues, Ms. Jackie Johnson and Philippa Robinson. May their souls rest in God's perfect peace and rise in glory. In the Golden Gates constituency, we're going to funeralize a member of my team who has lost his battle with cancer. We will funeralize him on Friday. He's Pastor Cleveland Nemore. I extend condolences to his family, his wife, and children as well, Marcia, Ashton, Ashley, and we look forward to his home going on Friday. The team of Golden Gates will be there in full support. Madam Speaker, as we go into the holiday season, we want to wish colleagues, of course, the constituents of Golden Gates, ministries, employees at labor and public service, and in fact, all public servants across our archipelago, a blessed and a beautiful Christmas, a healthy and a prosperous New Year. I say thank you to the teams at the Ministry of Labor and Public Service for the yeoman's work you've done this year to ensure that we have executed and provided efficiency and effectiveness and delivered to the public servants of our country who see me on the streets, send me messages, and say how grateful they are for what this Davis administration has done in this last year in particular. Yes, we have delivered increases and promotions for the past 4 years, but in this year in particular, they've expressed much gratitude. So I want to thank the hard-working technical officers at the Ministry of Labor and Public Service for their work this year. I want to advise St. Barnabas, and I know he's listening, that the 4 Pete will translate to 6 Pete for the mighty Saxon superstars this year. So we look forward to that. We look forward to that. I know he's listening, so I just want to make sure he gets that message, as long as Long Island has also chimed in. I want to also give one reminder to the Golden Gates constituents. We have 5 parks in Golden Gates, 4 of which have been renovated. Thank you to the member for Central and South Eleuthera for our newest park, Bamboo, that will be unveiled in the next few weeks. And our final park, Madam Speaker, our final park, Sunshine Park. Sunshine Park is the gem of Golden Gates. For people who know Golden Gates, it is the gem. We started in 2021 in October by renovating the restrooms, and we will culminate with full renovations to the Sunshine Park, our final park to be renovated in Golden Gates, which will start in January and is slated to be completed by March, and we will have all 5 parks in Golden Gates restored and renovated. It is not an overnight process, but we are happy to say we're at the finish line with 1 more park to be restored, and then we will look forward to enjoying all of our parks with the constituents of Golden Gates throughout the year. I thank you, Madam Speaker. I wish you Merry Christmas, as well as colleagues in the chamber and those watching. And we look forward to celebrating in Golden Gates a happy and Merry Christmas as usual. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The chair recognizes the honorable member for Pine Ridge.
Madam Speaker, I also take this opportunity with my colleagues to celebrate the amazing work done by Alpha Kappa, Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and particular mention to the work that's been done with 20 Pearls on Grand Bahama Island. Thank you, Rashima Ingram, for the work that you continue to do. We are working collaboratively on some domestic violence issues as well, and I'm pleased to say that we're about to, in conjunction with the Ministry of National Security, open up a domestic violence unit on Grand Bahama Island. I also want to take this opportunity to celebrate the newest senator, Senator the Honorable Deasante Small. You have been laboring for so many years as a young child with many of us for the progressive cause. So I salute you, I celebrate you, and I look forward to working closely with you on many issues. I want to say Merry Christmas to the beautiful people of Pine Ridge. We have so many amazing things that we've done over this year and that we plan to do even before the year ends. And so I want to make sure that everyone is aware of our Christmas extravaganza that will take place this Saturday, the 13th, from 2 to 4 at the Pine Ridge Urban Renewal Park. We also have our turkey giveaway that we will begin this weekend, and there's a lot to give away, so turkeys giveaway, and it's going to take a while because we have like over 2,700 houses to deliver to, so we will be there doing that. I want to, of course, say Merry Christmas to my colleagues here in this honorable chamber, wishing you a precious, beautiful time to celebrate with your families, and also a prosperous new year for all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable Member. On South and Central, the chair recognizes the Honorable Member. Well, he wasn't kind to me. The chair recognizes the Honorable Member for Seabreeze. Let him sit right there and wait. And wait.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. I'm grateful, very grateful, to the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha who have graced us with their presence this morning. Thank you so much for being here. You are indeed special. I don't think there's been any other group or organization that has come to this honorable place and received greeting from almost every single member. So know that you are indeed special, and you came on the perfect day. It was indeed a pleasure to sit with you this morning. As we have decided amongst the women to do all that we can to support you, as well as you supporting us, and so we're most grateful for that. I know that there have been some new appointments within your organization. So to the new president, first vice, second vice, you ladies are surely going to work extremely hard, because those ladies that you have elected are definitely energetic and they are ready to get to work. So congratulations for that. To Ms. Diasante Small, our newest senator, congratulations to you, ma'am. Sitting there watching you receive your instruments yesterday was indeed a very, very proud moment for me, my sister and my friend. I'm extremely proud of you, all of your work, all of your efforts. Your labor has not been in vain, and God has truly shined his blessing on you, and congratulations to you. I want to say a very special thank you to Minister Lundy.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me what he did.
The Seabreeze community, we have been plagued with low water pressure, rusty water, and some residents having no water. And so, along with the Water and Sewage Corporation, Minister Lundy, I just want to truly say thank you on behalf of hundreds, thousands of residents that you have truly impacted their lives and their well-being. I'm extending my gratitude to you.
Let me write that down.
To Minister Clay Sweeting, I would like to say a special thank you to you as well, sir, for the resurfacing and repaving of Joe Farrington Road. Now that particular, what did I say to you earlier? That particular, it affects so many of us in the Eastern community. And so on behalf of all of my Eastern colleagues, not just myself, we truly just want to extend a special thank you. The community is happy, and the country is definitely happy, because a lot of people use that street. And so I just want to truly say thank you for all of your work and all of your efforts. Yes, he deserves. As we Seabreeze, there are lots of celebrations coming up. This coming Sunday is our Holly Jolly Christmas Kids Party. We have a large number of children already registered. You guys are sending me back to buy more stuff, which is fine. Anything for Seabreeze. We don't run out of stuff, you know. So your MP is going to do her best to ensure that I bring smiles to as many of our children and adults as possible. To our seniors, this year we are celebrating you with our ham and turkey giveaway. So stay tuned, our seniors. We will definitely send a memo and let you know how you can definitely pick that up. This is the season of hope, love, and togetherness. And so to all of my colleagues, I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. To the country at large, Merry Christmas. Let us take this time to celebrate with our families, our friends, and let us do it in love, peace, and unity. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas.
Member. The chair recognizes the honorable member. So let me say, water pressure, parks, roads. I take it notes. Let me put this out here. Bamboo Town needs to be fixed before 2026.
Madam
The
Speaker.
chair recognizes the honorable member for South and Central Andros.
Yes, Madam Speaker. Thank you so much for finally recognizing me. I just realized the youngest rookie in here tried to stand up before me. I guess he wanted me to congratulate him for being here. Congratulations on your ascension. And also, while I'm on my feet, I want to congratulate our newest senator, Ms. Small, for her ascension. And also to the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, I wanted to thank you for all the kind acts of service you give, no matter what. And I just have one request, that you ask someone to join you so that they could always give kindness to me. And just so you know, I know the cheat code. So, yes. Okay. Madam Speaker.
Hey, you know the chief code, and I'm sitting in a green chair.
Yes, Madam Speaker. And also at this time, I'd like to remind all of the residents in Central, South Andros and Mangrove Key about the events that we're having today. At 4 o'clock, we'll be having our Christmas Carol service that I'll be attending in Queens Park, Fresh Creek, and also our tree lighting ceremony at 6 o'clock this evening. I'll be accompanied by my wife and my junior, Leon Lundy, his first time in Andros. He's already packed his bags, so he's ready, waiting, getting ready to go fish, so I can teach him how to do it. And also tomorrow, we'll be in South Andros for the Christmas tree lighting at 7 p.m. at the Administrative Complex, and also on Friday, we'll be in Mangrove Key at the Administrative Complex at 7 p.m. for the Christmas tree lighting. And next week, we'll have our pop-up Christmas special for them, giving them a special gift for each and every home in the area. And also at this time, Madam Speaker, I'd also like to say condolences to all the families that have lost a loved one, and also to all my hospitalized and sick and shut-in persons. I want to send a prayer up for them. And also at this time, former Administrator Francina Neely, I wanted to give special prayers for her and her family, that she has a speedy recovery from an illness that she just had, Madam Speaker. Thank you, and I would like to wish each and every one, even my colleagues, even the Saxons, those ones, Merry Christmas, Madam Speaker. Yeah, I shouldn't have. And just stay tuned, Boxing Day and New Year's, Madam Speaker. And to all of the residents in Central, South Andros and Mangrove Key, a very special Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from your MP, and soon to be a two-time MP, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
The chair, I'm saving the best for last, baby. The chair recognizes the honorable member for Golden Isles. He's the best. Okay. You last? Okay. The chair.
No, I yield.
Go ahead, Golden Isles. Go ahead. No. I'm in charge, you know. What's wrong with you?
Well, Madam Speaker, I attempted to get up on several occasions, but I had to remind myself.
No, you're a rookie. You got to wait.
Yes. Yeah. Madam Speaker, at this time, I wish to rise to extend congratulations to the distinguished women of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, who has graced this gallery in their lovely pink outfit.
So your presence here is, for me and many women around the Bahamas, is not only appreciated, but it is truly inspiring for many women looking on. And so I congratulate you for everything that you've done and that you continue to do for our country. And I know my sister, who is a fellow sister, will be absolutely proud of you today. And so I definitely have to take a picture for her so she can see. And so I just want to salute you and to say that we recognize you and we see all of the good works that you've done. And I also heard the Member of Parliament for Torpines expressed himself and all that the Ministry of Health is doing. And so to also recognize what you are doing, and hopefully you can get together and collaborate on the way forward with some of the initiatives that you're doing. I wish to also extend congratulations to my sister, Diasante Small. I just want you to know that I'm so very proud of you. You have been on the front line, doing things that people may not quite see, but making an impact. And I once sat in the chair in the Senate, and I know you would do great because I've seen you on so many occasions do so many wonderful things. And I know that all of your family will be proud, and they are proud of you. And we are also proud of you on this side. And so continue to trailblaze. So many young women in this country are looking up to you, and they see you. And so continue to just be that light that shines so bright for them. Thank you and congratulations. To the wonderful people of Golden Isles. My beloved constituents, I wish to extend to you warm wishes. And to everyone of you and my colleagues, a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I want you to know, Golden Isles, that this Christmas season and this holiday season, I just want to thank you for your trust, the trust that you've placed in me. And I just want you to know that I will not let you down. I will continue to be the fighter for you. I will continue to be that lion that roars loudly for you. So on this holiday season, I wish to thank you. I wish to thank you for the opportunity that you've given me and the trust that you've placed in me. So please, we will be celebrating on the 20th of this month our Christmas Bazaar on the Coral Harbor Park, where we will be utilizing all of the business services within the community, because again, we on this side support small businesses. And we will be giving all of them an opportunity. Our kids will be happy and pleased that we have so many toys to give out. And also our residents will be happy to know that we are also going to be giving out ham and turkey to as much as we can, as much residents as we can. So we are happy to lend a helping hand. We are happy to join with the residents. And I wish all of them a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you.
The chair recognizes the honourable member for Freetown.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And Madam Speaker, may I begin by saying it seems a bit unfair that we all get to greet our constituents and say our say. And I don't remember you ever having been able to do it.
I do today, though.
Great. Great. But let me begin, Madam Speaker, by also recognizing the beautiful ladies from Alpha Kappa Alpha who are with us and for the sterling work that they do. Angliston always berates me because I tell her I have a special appreciation for women, and people take that the wrong way. But in all seriousness, I would invite any of us to try and be here without a woman. We are all born of a woman, and without women, none of us would be here, and that is what I mean, not what you think in Marco City. And I would only say, Madam Speaker, that with the industry that has gone in to the contribution, I would trust that we actually consume it, that we read it, We don't just look and say that it is there, because that is how we build a country, and they must be congratulated. A mark of civilization is actually chronicling your history, chronicling your thoughts, instead of just speaking it. And so they're to be encouraged, and congratulations for building up the wealth of the civilization of this country. And of course, Golden Isle should have really said to the new Senator Small that she should thank him for having abandoned the seat in the Senate for the seat in this lower place. And we are all sure, and I can say it, Golden Isles, I think she can do better than you down there. Madam Speaker, I would wish to send my love and gratitude to the people of Freetown who've entrusted me to represent them here. And Freetown is one of the most diverse constituencies in this country, running from Little Blair in the east, through to Camp Road, through to Stevenson Sub, White's Addition, 5 Pound Lot, Montague Heights, and over the bridge to Paradise Island, Spruce Key, Bird Key, Booby Key. All of those are in Freetown. I send them my love and gratitude, Madam Speaker. We're going to be having a small, and I don't say large, because large would be 10 to 15,000 people who live in generally these constituencies, a Christmas event on Salem Park on December 20th. And we encourage, and this is how we do it in Freetown, only Freetown people to come to our event, Madam Speaker. So, Madam Speaker, we extend that invitation. I would also like to say, Madam Speaker, that this Sunday, the Royal Bahamas Police Force and its partner agencies will be staging the Beat Retreat on Bay Street, and the Bahamian public is invited to that event. Madam Speaker, it would be remiss of me to not say, offering sympathies during the year to our constituents is one thing. We know as a fact that some people alive today will not be alive on the 1st of January, 2026. Some people alive today will not be alive on the 25th of December, 2025. And so, Madam Speaker, it behooves all of us to take into account the reason for this season. At Christmas time, we're focused on what we should be focused on is celebrating the coming of Jesus the Christ. And so, Madam Speaker, I would encourage all of us, everyone in this country, as we focus, as we await in Advent the arrival of Christ at Christmas, that we bear in mind that some of us will not make it to Christmas, will not make it to New Year's. And so it behooves us to accept the gift that is Christmas, the gift that is the Christ, while we still can. And so, Madam Speaker, I would encourage us all to focus on the reason for the season. And before I take my seat, Madam Speaker, it has laid heavy on me over this year that we have an increasing number of reports that I read daily, almost daily, on persons either committing suicide or attempting suicide. And so while we are all celebrating in this festive season, I want us to bear in mind that there are people around us who are hurting. And when I read some of these reports, Madam Speaker, it's so crushing. A 19-year-old girl attempts to kill herself because she feels nobody loves her. An 18-year-old young man does the same thing. And so I'm encouraging all of us just to show a little bit more love, Madam Speaker. We do not know who it may positively impact, but we definitely as a country must show more love. And I encourage us to begin in this festive season.
Thank you, Honourable Member. All of the members. The chair recognizes the honorable member for Marcos City.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I wish to say a special thank you to all the residents of Marcos City who have given me the honor to be in this parliament in a second term. I wish to advise residents that on Saturday at 12:30, we will be on the Moon McPhee Park holding our annual event, which we've been doing, I believe, since 2016. We say to the parents, we are also this year doing something slightly different. The grills will not be blazed up for the adults. Instead, we will prepare a Christmas meal, and we'll follow up with a distribution of grocery packages, particularly for all of the seniors who are at home or persons who are sick and shut in. Madam Speaker, I'd like to congratulate our newest senator, Senator Small, and to say how proud I know her family and friends must be of her. I've listened to her, Madam Speaker. She is simply formidable. I've listened to an articulate young Bahamian who clearly has a tremendous amount of conviction about where she believed the country ought to go. And she's clearly a role model, not just for persons who are interested in politics, but persons who are interested in weighing in and helping to shape where the country goes. And so I wish her well as a role model. I cannot extend the wishing well to her being successful in the seat. We hope to get all of them. But really, she I believe, is a blessing to the country and an inspiration for young people. I wish to say to all of the, not just the residents of Marcos City, but to the Bahamians everywhere, I pray that God would bless you in this season. And I echo the words of my cousin, the member for Freetown, that it is important as we go through this season and we approach the new year where persons are doing an evaluation of their life, that we take it in stride, that we recognize that there are people who are available for us to talk to if we are going through challenges, and that if we have needs, that we do not suffer in silence, that we reach out because there are persons who would be willing to assist. And I pray that those of us who have a lot more than others, that we would find time to bless folks who are struggling during this season. And so on behalf of my wife, Burley, so on behalf of the entire Free National Movement family, I extend to all Bahamians in general, residents of Marcos City in particular, Happy New Year, and I pray that God would bless you in this new year.
Thank you, honorable members. Everybody's completed member statements? Thank you. Well, I want to say a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year to all of my members here in the House of Assembly. For me, this is important because, you know, I've lost 2 members as I presided, and so to see each and every one of you, and you come back in the new year with God's willing, is an important exercise for me. And so I hope that each and every one of you will join me and the president as we move down to the hotel for our Christmas lunch, because this year I think it's a bit sentimental for me. I really like to have everyone who can make it in the house, because sometimes, you know, we just don't know who's coming back, and that's a real reality. And so let's sup together, let's enjoy the beginning of Christmas together. And I am asking, and that's one little request that I'm making of all the members. But to Bamboo Town, the people that sent me here, I want them to know that I never really get to say much from this platform, but I want them to know that a lot has been going on and is going on. And when members do well, I often compliment them from my chair. And I'm going to start with the honorable member for Yamakura. I don't always have to go to these members because they have very efficient persons working in these ministries. And I want to thank you for the exercise this weekend past, but I want to say a special thank you to Mr. Richards that works in the Ministry of Environment, because these people are hardworking. They're the ones who go out and do the real work and that to make our constituencies better. You understand? So he was on location. He was there through it all, and I want to thank him and the team, everybody that came out to clean up Bamboo Town for the whole weekend. And they even gave me an extra day, and without even asking the minister, so I can't give him kudos for everything. So thank him. I thank Mr. Richards for that, and team, and also to the minister of South and Central and South Eleuthera. I don't need to really go to him because he has a very able PS, Anya Simonet. I want to thank her for my chair because she makes my life very easy when I walk to the ministry. His engineers, Francis Clark. Roads are coming, Bamboo Town. Watch out. We're getting ready for our new roads. He has already promised me that we are on the listing for new roads. So I'm not jealous of who already got because we getting. And okay, I want to also thank Mr. Leckie. I have 5 parks. One is being cleared down, cleaned up, and renovated as I speak from this chair. The other 4 have already been scoped and they're ready to go. So Bamboo Town is being taken care of. And I also want to thank the team, Mr. Morley, who came in and we cleared up more than, I think it was 32 land clearing exercise where we're not only providing cleanliness, but we're providing safety for the constituents of Bamboo Town. So these things are ongoing and the work continues. And as of the 19th, we're going to celebrate. The Bamboo Town Park will be back for its 3rd year, where I give out everything that is required towards a Christmas meal to make sure that the members of Bamboo Town, that no child, no family goes to bed hungry during the Christmas season. And no problem, you can come by. And so our Christmas event is on the 19th. We start at 2 p.m. for the children and 4 p.m. for those who come by. And we give you your shopping bag. And the only thing that's not welcome there is money. You get to move away with everything for free. And so I just want to welcome each and every one of them. And it's going to be on the Kennedy Park because that's going to be our newly renovated park. And we will move as we move from strength to strength. And I just want to say thank you to the sisters that are here. I'm calling them my sisters. I know a number of them, and I just want to, Sam is in here, and I want to say a special hello to her from my chair, Dr. Indira Dames Adley. I grew up with her. I want to thank Tira, I don't know if she remembers me, but for wearing green, because she is a giant just like me. So stay representing, sis. I want to, say a special thank you to Zell. Zell, you have represented in Parliament and for Youth Parliament so well. So well. I see your future. Your future is coming. And I just want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to come here and spend time with us here in the House of Assembly. Your presence today was very gracious. And I thank you and applaud you for all of your efforts. So with that being said, I want to say to the team who is desirous of transport, there's a transport team along with, what is Mr. Forbes? The transport vans. The transport vans are here. So if you're desirous of transportation, that is being provided here, and it's going to be downstairs. And with a police escort, so you're going to reach quick. Okay? You can reach quick. So I just want to say, with that, all of that being said, we will now revert back to the order of business. And it's now appointment of select committees, instruction to select committee, discharge of select committees, notices for future meetings. The chair recognizes the honorable member for Freetown.
I renew all notices in the name of the government.
Thank you, honorable member. Senax.
Madam Speaker, in renewing all notices, I have 4 questions as part of this section in the order of procedure, and if I can put them on record now. The first question, all questions for the Minister of Energy. As of 11, all questions are to the Minister of Energy. As of 11 a.m. Wednesday, December the 25th, 2025, how many of the 4 generators are operating in BPL's Wilson City Great Abaco plant? Second question to the Minister of Energy. Why is there no backup system if a compressor goes down? Third question, does BPL not care enough for the people of Abaco than to have only 1 of 4 generator engines at the Wilson City plant working on a regular basis? Fourth question to the Minister of Energy, load shedding is not acceptable in any island, but in Abaco it also negatively impacts tourism. Is tourism not important for Abaco? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable
And we
Member.
renew all of the notices.
Order the notices be brought up.
And we renew all of the notices in the name of the opposition, Madam Speaker.
Wow. Okay. Honourable members, for future reference, we would like to prepare notices, okay? So that we could put them in our records, formally put those in our records. But I realize that you probably would have written that today, and so just for future reference. Order that the notices do lie on the table. Any adjournment?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I move that the House on its rising do stand adjourned to Wednesday, the 7th of January, 2026 at 10 a.m.
Thank you, honourable members. It has been moved and seconded that the House at its rising do adjourn to Wednesday, 7th of January, 2026 at 10 a.m. As many are in favor, will remain seated. Those opposed will stand. The motion is carried. Final adjournment?
I now move, Madam Speaker, that the House do stand adjourned to Wednesday, the 7th of January, 2026 at 10 a.m.
Thank you. Is there a seconder? Thank you, honourable members. It has been moved and seconded that the House do now adjourn to Wednesday, 7th of January, 2026 at 10 a.m.